how much of an impact do you think Mbappe's signing has had on Real Madrid this season, particularly in the negative sense? Because
I
it
think it's
seems already last season they had two players who prefer to play on the left, but they still managed to work their way around it. But this season now you have three players who prefer to play on the left. One is still playing on the right, but Mbappe, you've shoehorned him in the middle, and it's been on record that Mbappe doesn't really like to play through the middle. And a lot of times you see him drifting to the left, which is the space where Vinicius occupies.
or the left
So
half space, which is where Jude likes to
Bellingham,
operate as well. So look, at the end of the day, the negative effect is that it's poor squad planning. They've done that thing that they did many years ago when they were just signing Galacticos for the fun of it. They've just, because at the end of the day, what was Madrid's biggest problem last summer? They needed a striker. Even before they needed a striker. They tried to go for Kane. They couldn't agree a deal with what we name Levy. So they let Kane go to Bayern. And that's it. They need a striker, an actual proper number 9. Nicolas Jackson, they made a campaign when we were taking it. But yeah, they need a striker. And if you need a striker, you go out, you sign a striker. You don't sign somebody that's a winger that can potentially play strike. But I think additionally, like in addition to that, they've not been helped. Like the players then get a lot of them, they've got less of a team now and more of, like, I think they've got more of egos now. They are turning into that PSG animal way them get. The reason why PSG is doing well now is because they function better now in terms of playing as a team.
but the common denominator in these two situations is Mbappe. So does it not come back to him?
Yes, it does. But then there's also Vinny, who thinks he should have won the Ballon d'Or and he was robbed.
Yeah, but in
And
the
then
end, they
you
won the
have,
Champions League without him. So, like, the dynamics were fine until Mbappe came in.
I'm not disputing that. All I'm saying is that by adding Mbappe, that's the point I'm making. By adding Mbappe, you've moved from frying pan to fire. You were already in a frying pan with Vinny and some of these other guys. By adding Mbappe, you've removed the frying pan and you've dropped all your stuff in the fire itself, right? And now you have too many egos playing who think they are good. Meanwhile, they are made and they are not playing together as a team. And you have a manager who doesn't necessarily prepare. Like Carlo Ancelotti's tactics is, I have a bunch of good young players or good players. I will set them up in a way where everybody can just do whatever they want to do up top. You are not playing as in, this is how we move. You, when this ball goes here, you go here. This moves here. They are not playing like that.
I
And
mean,
and if
that's how he's always been, and it's been working. Because, like, the thing about Ancelotti is that I think he appreciates the fact that when you're handling big names and big egos, you don't necessarily have to overcoach them because good players figure things out all the time. So you don't necessarily have to tell them, you stand here, you stand here, you stand here. You just put them in a situation where they can all express their individual quality in a way that comes together to help the team. So
However, if you have players like you do now who like to drift into the left half space and then begin to take up the zones of other people, then as a coach, you must now insist on having people stay in certain zones only and not drift into the because now them figuring it out means that it is to the detriment of the whole team, of the team as a whole. Them just, because figuring it out might mean Mbappe needs to drop deep to pick the ball from the center circle and drive at the opponent. But him dropping deep means that there's no anchor or there's no reference point in front. Vinny might not move in because he doesn't like coming into the middle. Neither will Rodrigo do it. So at the end of the day, it'd be different if you say, you know what, Mbappe, I'm not sure you like the move around, but if Mbappe drop, Bellingham, I want you to fill that gap. If Mbappe move, go left, Bellingham, go around him, or Vinny, you go up top, or what be name, Rodrigo, Inspector Rajesh, come middle, make we just move around. Like There is a way that you can still coach them and still allow them to be the top players they are to express themselves. And if you don't do that, then you get what they have now, which is they don't look at the game against Arsenal. Almost at that game, you play the first leg. You see, say Arsenal are a tough cookie to crack. So what do? You coach your team so that they can break down that Arsenal defense or exploit holes that they've left. All they did was cross an inshallah for 75 minutes. That's all. And the crossing self is no good. And you are crossing to a team that has 6 foot something Kivio and 6 foot something Saliba. How does that work? For a player of Mbappe who isn't necessarily that strong in the air. It's not like you had Giroud where you go to okay, I get somebody like Giroud. So if you cross him, he go fit do something. You had Mbappe who likes the ball to fit. So what's the point? So a lot of times, if you go and watch that game again, a lot of times they'll cross the ball. There's actually no one there to even attack the ball. And that's the problem. So it's not just Mbappe. Yes, Mbappe is a part of it. He's the known denominator in this whole two team saga, whatever. As he left PSG, he said then go catch semi-final. He can't no Real Madrid know the few make semi-final. That be what somebody go talk, no be me talk. But at the, at the end of the day, it's not just an Mbappe problem. It's a coaching problem. I think, for instance, if someone like Flick was coaching this Real Madrid team, he will also find a way around it. He also likes to let his good players express themselves, but there's a way that they will
I
still
mean,
play.
the thing is, I don't see how any coach would be able to completely solve this problem because it's a matter. It's not like for me. It's just a simple matter of you have a bunch of players who like to play in a certain way, and this one, like you said, is poor squad building. Is a situation where Florentino Perez allowed his ego to get ahead of common sense. Because, like you said, a few years ago, I was saying if Real Madrid add Harry Kane to this team, nobody will see them at all. This was when Benzema left and they were looking for a replacement. If they had just signed Harry Kane as a replacement, it would have been a like for like replacement. Everything would have been perfect. But again, star power. Florentino Perez was fixated on the idea
I
of
find
Mbappe.
it weird because when that first Mbappe pulled that first hood over their head, he swore that he won't sign him again.
And
And
the
that's what
Madrid
I
fans were
expected.
all angry. They were all saying, this guy doesn't respect us. We are never going for him. This is the end. And then for some reason, it's like they are just obsessed with star names. It's like no matter how they try to fight it, they just can't. So for me, like I said, a few years ago, I said, Kane, if they add him, nobody will see them at all. Beginning of this season, I think it was just 2 weeks into the season. I remember tweeting that at some point Real Madrid would have to choose between Vinicius and Mbappe. And I remember a lot of Real Madrid fans were coming for me saying that you don't know ball. First 2 games of the season, see what you they talk. But certain things if you see, you see. Like two players prefer to play on the left. And the thing is, you don't sign a player the caliber of Mbappe and not play him in the position that made you want to sign him in the first place. Like, then why are you signing him? Like, you signed him because you know he's excellent attacking from the left. Then you go and put him in the middle. The thing is, when you put him in the middle, he's going to perform in certain games. Like that one, it doesn't mean that if you put him in the middle, he could score 10 goals a whole year or something. Yeah, there are going to be games where he's going to get chances and he's going to score. But it's in the big games where you really see whether this has been a good decision or a wrong decision, whether it's a good fit or a wrong fit. Because in the big games, that's when it's now a matter of tactics against tactics. People are going to try and counter whatever you're trying to do. If you don't have that person up front who is going to be staying where you're supposed to stay, hold up the ball, link play, all of those things, that's when you're going to struggle. So, yeah, you can score hat tricks against Getafe and all of those boys, and you use it to happy yourself. But in the end, it's the big games where you're going to get found out. So,
And
for
and
me,
I even thought they would go the other way, where they will play Inspector Rajesh rather in the middle and play Mbappe and Vini will play wide, but they will be swapping throughout the game. Look. This thing we they do, we they act like we no see as Mbappe starts, then you know be right wing he they play.
He was playing the right. But the thing
I
is,
get that now he be big star,
egos
then
have
what
changed. Vinicius, first of all, if the thing is, if Mbappe had come at the time that Real Madrid were first chasing him, it might have been a different situation. But the moment he came after Vinicius's Ballon d'Or season, suddenly you're walking into Vinicius's team. Vinicius is going to feel slighted if you move him somewhere else right
but
after
you
he's had
see,
a Ballon d'Or caliber year.
I get it, but this is Real Madrid Football Club. This is not, it's not Chelsea, it's not Dortmund or something like that. This is Real Madrid. You play where we tell you to play. Finish. If you think you are bigger than Real Madrid, we'll put you on the market and we'll sell you. Go to another club and go and he said he be and I go back. Oh, sorry, right one, mebo. It be simple. This is not. It's not. You see, there's a reason why big clubs are big clubs, and big clubs are big clubs for like for the sole reason that when you come in there, no matter how big you are never bigger than the club. You play where the manager tells you to play. There is something called playing and switching rings throughout the game to cause trouble. You are not getting joy on the right. We swap you around. You come to the left. The guy on the left goes to the right so that he can also try. As a footballer, is it not fun for you if you are on the pitch and you are helping to find problems that your team can't find? Say you did left, you dey find joy. Your partner for right, they struggle. You know the business say you go left, the left, go the right there, then go show that right back or left back or whatever there. So how would they do them? You self, you they come out looking better than me,
But
left,
here's the
right,
thing: what if I'm playing on the left? I'm having a very good game. Now you want me to go play the right? Just
You are going to play the right so that the team gets better. Like you are not playing the right because we just don't want to make you play the right, keke. You are playing on the right so that the team gets better. It's always supposed to be the team above you, the good game you they have. If you're having a good game, they do that Rooney in Kidi in terms of hey, they score with 5-4, but me I score 4 goals. So I don't know if it's how everybody. I don't know about you guys though. That not be what we they search.
you see, but the thing about the great players is that, like it or not, the thing that makes them great is that they also want to have their personal accolades in addition to the team success. Some of them will come and pretend like, oh yeah, it's all about the team. This fake humility that Messi has been doing his whole career. But in the
When we
end,
start the
they
catch 'em.
also want they also want to boost their own CV. Like they want the team to be great, but they also want to be great as an individual too. So like if I'm having a good game on the left and now you shift me to the right just because my partner they struggle for there. Now me too, I they go struggle for them, making start they claim the shine and everything. Like that's not how the big players think. So unfortunately, that's what makes them great, and that's also their flow.
Hmm. But as I said, I think for Mbappe, he should have started. They should have played him on the right. He can't come and tell anybody that he can't play there because we all know that that's where you started out. That's where you started out. Play on the right. Like right now, tactics. You go start like last season. Kopama, Kopama could play for right. He will start as the bona fide right winger, but throughout the game, he actually never plays right wing. He's always drifting in to the right half space or right attacking midfield space, and then the right back. If he either go up and down, give up. If he either do the actual right wing, but he's not actually the right winger. It's Kupama that is the right winger. And he gets a lot of joy out of that because if he drifts in, the angle open up to him. He can cross, he can pass, he can shoot, he can do 1, 2, this and that. He can dictate the play and them kind of things. Like at the end of the day, there are so many things that you can do if you play right or left. And I think Real Madrid just haven't been bold enough. You know, this is not a team full of Cristiano Ronaldo's, Benzema's, and Cruz and things where them win many things where you know go fit tell them, my friend, sit down somewhere. All of these players, they are good. They've won a couple of Champions Leagues and things, but they can still be told, shut up, sit down, move to the right, move to the left, and that's what they should have done. I think because you are buying somebody like Mbappe who comes with a massive ego, you must set the team up in a way where it is never Mbappe or it must be the team or you go day bench. Simple.